Dude, you want to know what's funny? And it's still going on. So last night I was watching Erik's show. I was watching Erik Unleashed. I can't believe how many people do not accept the official line between me and Erik. That there is no line between me and Erik.
As far as your friendship and relationship is concerned?
I mean, I talked about it on here the last show before we left, right? And I was very clear about that there was no issue. Erik, I know, has said this several times, that there's no issue. I'll say it one more time here. It all comes down to my time. With my new schedule that kicks off here this year right now, working with the podcasting studio and the food truck and all of Billy Morris Inc., I guess, I can't guarantee that I'm going to be there. And if I can't guarantee I'm going to be there, I'm not going to do it whenever I have time.
Right.
That's dumb. That's just stupid. But I'm watching Erik's show last night. I just flipped it on for a little bit to see what he's talking about. And I'm reading the comments, and the comments are, I can't believe Chris abandoned Erik like this. And they must. Well, that was one thing. Okay. Another was, these guys clearly had a falling out. That's why they're being loving toward each other. I was like, what in the fuck? And I talked to Erik today. I believe it or not, folks, I actually spoke to Erik today, and I know he's my mortal enemy. But, I spoke to Erik today, and I brought it up to him as well. And he was like, yeah, people just ain't buying it. So I may actually pop into Unleashed next Friday if I'm home. Right. To do 15 minutes or 30 minutes or whatever, just so everybody can see that we don't have an issue, so that this nonsense can stop and we can both work on doing our own shit.
Is this like George Lynch sharing the stage with Don Dokken?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. It's pretty much the same thing. The only difference is we never hated each other. That's the only difference.
We don't get along, but we'll play on the same stage just to show our fans that it's okay.
Exactly. We hate each other, but for PR versions, we'll do it.
Right.
Get over it, people. My God.
That's too funny. Yeah, I know for a fact that there is no issue there. I mean, I've known Erik longer than you.
Yeah.
And hung out with Erik many a time, and there's no issue there. It's, if you're familiar with what Erik does, I mean, he obviously is a musician. He's out there touring around with Stephen Pearcy. He's got his own music stuff going on. And he has his own idea as to how he wants to present his show with his various characters and so on and so forth. And, with Chris's schedule and, realigning his vision for what Chris Aiken presents that's how it goes. And Erik is, Erik, he does his thing. Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing. And I've heard a lot of that too because I was very open, even on Caps. I said, I didn't like doing the characters. I'm not that guy. And Erik loves to do that, and he loves to entertain, and he loves to try different humor and stuff. And that's great. I can't do that. I can't be the goobly goblin or whatever the fuck I would have to be. I can't do that. That's not who I am.
Well, for those of you who don't know Chris's background, as far as his broadcasting background is concerned.
Yes.
Way 30 years ago when he got into broadcast radio and was doing the metal show on Sunday night, the program director wanted you to be
the gatekeeper.
The gatekeeper. He wanted him to be a character, the gatekeeper, and Chris said, "Yeah, I'm not doing that."
Well, the metal show was already established,
right? And
there was another guy, and it was the Warlock, which is Matt.
Yeah, and he kept his,
and the other guy was the gatekeeper. So then they just wanted to fire that guy, and then I was going to be the gatekeeper.
You were going to be the secondary.
Yeah, I was going to be the second gatekeeper, apparently. But I did. I went into them day one. They were like, okay, well, your character is going to be... I was like, my character is going to be Chris Aiken.
Right.
That's who I am. That's what I do. And it wasn't a fight, but it was definitely a longer discussion about, you're not fitting the vibe of the show and maybe we need to look. And I was like, I am Chris Aiken. That's who I do. The reason I'm coming on is because I have this magazine to promote. I'm not going to change my magazine to promote to be, produced by or editor, gatekeeper. I'm not doing that either. So, I was like, this is my name and that's it. And I always, and not for nothing, but I always find people that use that kind of a thing and then they don't use their real name. I find them to be bitches when they talk shit because they're not talking shit in their real name.
Right.
So, for me, it doesn't work. But all this being said, I know I'm going on a tangent about that. That had nothing to do with me and Erik stopping doing the live version of Caps.
Right. Right.
The only thing that had anything to do with me stopping doing it was lack of time. Period. I can't guarantee, especially on Tuesdays. Tuesdays are one of those days I'm probably going to have to be out at the studio a lot. So I need to, I don't want to do a show. Well, maybe it's Tuesday this week, or maybe it's Wednesday, or maybe it's Thursday. Can't be Friday because Erik has Unleashed. Can't be Saturday. I don't want to do 2-a-days again like I was doing before when we were on Mondays with doing the Seth show and then flipping and doing Caps. There was just too much shit. And it was like, I just have to be done with something. And I had to make a tough call.
Right.
And I don't love the call. I really don't love the call. But I really didn't have a choice. So it is what it is. But Erik and I are fine. We have no issues at all. I have nothing but love for Erik. Erik is still a brother as much as he was when we were doing a show every Tuesday. And we talk or text damn near every day still. So, get over it, people. Holy fuck. It's stupid internet shit.
Yeah, no. You just can't break away and do your own thing. Just can't do it. There's got to be some controversy or some kind of a big nasty breakup or something.
Well, and the weird thing is, I think this is the way the internet works because this is the second time I've gone through the exact same shit. When I got I got let go from Knotfest, when I was doing the Knotfest show with Toomey.
Okay.
The management put an end to that because they didn't want to pay me, and that's fine, no problem. I was like, that's fine, whatever. I left. Instantly, both me and Toomey getting nothing but fuck that guy. He they're saying that about me to Toomey, and to Toomey, they were saying, or to me, they were saying, fuck Toomey, he's an asshole, So it just, you can't win, man. You just can't win.
Yeah. Well, everybody wants dirt.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's the whole thing. Everybody just loves dirt and controversy, and it's just like, well, sorry, I can't offer you any.
Yeah, there's none to have. Anybody that has listened to me for a while, I can't speak on Erik's fans. I can speak on this audience. Do you guys really think if I had a problem, I'd be quiet about it? All the audio you've heard of me over 25 whatever years, 30 years, however long it's been, has there ever been a time where you were like, I know something's wrong with him, but I don't know what it is? When do I not tell everybody what's going on in my stupid life?
Right.
I always do. So, whatever. It is. And I see this, J-Rad. I'll read this. To be fair, Chris, on the first Fright Bite, Erik said you quit on him. No, he didn't say that. He told the truth. He said that I quit doing the show because I didn't have time anymore. He was told by me that I didn't have time anymore. That's what he said on the first one. And if we're being honest, and I will be honest, I didn't exactly do it the way I should have either. I kind of just threw it to Erik as a text. I was like, oh, and by the way, I'm not going to be doing Caps anymore. I should have called him. I should have explained it. I didn't because I was in the middle of fucking 10 things at once. I didn't talk to him for a few days over that. So that's a me. I'll take, if Erik said what you're saying there, J-Rad, which I think I heard, but I don't there's nothing there. There's nothing there. There's no issues with me and Erik. None. So there we go. That's the last I'll say on it.